see. Because I thought I had it set at ultra low, I thought that could have had something to do with the whole buffering and all that crap. So I changed it. So what are we doing here today? Well, the title says it all. This is my celebration for getting 250 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've come this far over the course of a year. I've had this YouTube channel for like 7 years, and in that time, this never happened, ever. So this is a phenomenal occurrence for me. I still can't believe it. I didn't pull out like the headset or anything like that today because, well, we don't really need it. This is all me answering your questions. And I'm sure you guys, have a lot of questions. Want to know that there's a person behind these, not just some AI that's really good at messing things up. Which most AIs are, but that's beside the point. Ground rules. You guys can ask me quite a few things. The lid is mostly off. My main rules here are, don't ask me for personal information, stuff like that. I don't like when people do that. If I want somebody to have my personal information, I will give it to them. It's just not something that I like to blather all over the place. I ran into a hacker and it didn't end so well when I did that before. Don't be, inappropriate or anything like that. I don't know the age of probably 99% of you guys, so behave yourselves. I trust you. No trolling. No spam or anything like that. Asking a stupid question just to tease me is not anywhere near the same thing as spamming and trolling and that kind of stuff. No starting arguments. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to answer questions. Which is not arguing. So, as long as we all, get along, we're good. Okay, I see 6 of you guys. YouTube. Subscriptions. Tab. Notifications. Tab. Library. Tab. Notifications. Tab. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. 46%. Win underscore 002. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. One videos. One video. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. One videos. One videos. One video. One videos. Button. Go count. Button. If I can never get the stupid YouTube page to load, it's taking forever. I need to check chat. One videos. Button. One videos. One videos. Error. Selected. Home. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. One videos. Button. Go count. Search. Button. One videos. One videos. Error. Loading tab to reply. Error loading tab to reply. One videos. Button. One videos. Error loading tab to reply. App filter. YouTube. App filter. Twitter. Active. Kindle. Hang on. Hi, Weirdness Tech. My mic sounds weird today because I'm using a different one. Instead of pulling out my headset and all that kind of stuff like I do if we were going to play a game, I just set everything up with my, because, well, we're not playing a game right now. This is all you listening to me. And if I get, like, really, really loud or anything, I've noticed that sometimes I will get too loud and you'll get, like, really clippy audio. Nobody likes that. Donovan Parker says hello. Hi there. My desktop audio is muted today, or at least it should be, because we don't need it. So maybe I can just check chats on the computer and leave the phone out of the equation. Another thing that I want to address really quick is Saturday. Saturday, as I'm sure we all know, is Halloween. And what do I like to do on Halloween? I like to sit around and read a bunch of like ritual creepypastas. Those are my favorites. So what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to read them to you guys because I rarely read them or anything like that. And I don't want to just read somebody's stuff without asking their permission. But I will commit some to memory. If there are parts that, like, special things you have to say, I'll write them down somewhere. That way nobody can claim I'm stealing their work because, well, I'm gonna mess up the instructions 100 times over. But I'd like you guys at some point to let me know which ones you'd like to hear. Now with those, the lid truly is off. If you use the Three Kings subreddit, if you read The Ghost in My Machine, anything like that, any story you find there and you want me to go over and make a mess of it probably, we can do that. Like I said, with those, the lid really is off. Okay, I'm a bit quiet. Hang on, let me turn my mic up a little bit. I've got it turned down so I don't clip as much with the other one. Okay, is that any better? It could be the way these headphones are set up too. It could be the mic. If it falls away from my face, it gets a little quiet. Weirdness Tech wants to know how I do my game live streams. So I've got my copy of OBS and I set it up to accept both my microphone audio and desktop audio. I set that up for my headphones to loop back through those. And then I just like set up the streaming stuff and just play the game, and it records what I'm saying and the audio from the game at the same time. Sometimes it's a little quieter than it needs to be. Sometimes I have to boost the volume a little bit, but that's essentially how it's done. If you ever wanted to do something like that and you needed help to get set up a little bit, just let me know. Now, I don't have a camera. I mean, I have a camera, but I don't have one set up because I don't know how to set up a camera. And I'm sure some of you guys probably don't even need it. What kept me going, I don't know, honestly. When I started this channel, I was the kid who wanted to get famous. I wanted to be like Patsy Cline. Which is why there are like music videos and might I add some pretty badly recorded ones on the channel from a long time ago. And then I just did it for fun mostly. I kept hoping that, you know, somebody would notice and direct their friends to it, and they never did. There were times I got a little bit frustrated and wanted to shut it off. And I actually didn't upload anything for quite a while. I couldn't even tell you how long I went without uploading a video. And then I saw that I was eligible to live stream. And around the time I decided to actually start doing that, Manamon 2 had just been released. And my strategy for games like that is a little bit different from anybody else's, and I love that. I wanted to show that no two players have the same strategy, and at the time there were a lot of people that you know, maybe lived outside the country and couldn't use PayPal or anything, and I wanted to try to find a way to help them. Because, I mean, that's a pretty expensive game. I mean, it's worth it, but to the standards of those people, I'd say it's like really, really expensive. And I just wanted to do something about that. Because, I mean, I've had people help me out. I had somebody one time, still to this day haven't figured out who it was, get me a year membership on this website that I used to use. One of the paid memberships that let you do pretty much everything. I still to this day don't know who did it. And it just, once I figured out that, you know, live streaming would allow me to actually interact with you guys, and that it was so much fun, and, I mean, who knows what we could get into, then it just stuck, and it became something that I really enjoy doing. I'm not here every day like I used to be at some points. But I do try to drop in pretty often. I know you guys didn't see me for a few months back in the summer when the weather was hot. But, I mean, we've got a few months of tolerable weather ahead of us, so you will probably see a lot more of me. Oh, hi! The friendly chocolate cookie. I love it. I love it. How does it feel? If you heard what happened on my YouTube birthday party stream the other day when I saw that number, that would sum it up. I don't always get subscription notifications, like when somebody subscribes to the channel, so I don't always know. That's part of the reason I wanted to set up Streamlabs to, like, ping me, which it's not doing, and I don't understand why. I don't know if I've, you know, done something wrong or what, but it's not pinging me. I don't know if I need to keep, like, the main Streamlabs page open while that source is running. I'm not sure. So if some advice would be helpful. But I went in to check chats the other day and I saw that number and I just lost it. I'm like, oh my god. Because that's unbelievable. When I started live streaming, I had less than 100. And now here we are at, as of today, 252. So, it throws me, it really does. I don't know what to say. And YouTube's complaining again. The friendly chocolate cookie says, "Can I kill a tree with a knife?" If you would like to kill a tree with a knife, my friend, be my guest. Just report back and tell me how that goes. My multiple life says hi. Hi there. I don't know if I've seen you here before. I know you're subscribed. If you've never watched one of these before, though, welcome to the world of random. Hello, Blind Gamer. Hello, Nightbot. Ugh. I didn't until recently. And I wish you would shut up. I wish there was like a noise suppressor that I could put on these mics to dumb down the background noise, because there's a lot of that. I mean, there's the fan going if people decide to go up and down the hallway, there's that. So, I mean, my audio environment is not the best, it would probably be better if I had like a handheld microphone or something, because those don't pick up a whole lot, but I don't have one. I saw in those Manamon 2 streams, it just went splat. It stopped behaving. So, no more handheld mic. And YouTube's complaining about my bitrate now. Good grief, YouTube. Are you ever satisfied? Rich Beardsley, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, please forgive me, says hi. Welcome! My multiple life says I love audio games. Yeah, me too. And actually, I don't think anybody has asked this ever, but just some more information with my history with audio games. When I first got a hold of the computer, I didn't even know I could play games, okay? The only game I knew how to play was the little chess thing that comes with a Mac, and I was terrible at that. I'm still terrible at that. Not good at chess. But then a friend of mine started showing me this game, and they had talked about this stage that they were playing, and they kept showing it off to me, and I'm like, I want that game, and they're like, well, it's only for Windows, you'll have to get VMware Fusion, and I'm like, okay. So I downloaded myself a trial of VMware Fusion. And I finally managed to track down the game, and then I started playing it. I haven't played that game yet on this channel, because of all the jumps and the platforms and all that kind of stuff that you have to do. I don't think my arrow keys could do it. I'm willing to try it, but I just don't think it would work. And then from that game, I got introduced to Paladin, and from there, I got all kinds of stuff. See, what else have I played? Well, I've played Q9. I've played some games that aren't around anymore, some of the, like, older online games. 13, 14, 15-ish. I've played Survive the Wild, which you guys know I still play from time to time. Shut up complaining, YouTube. You're interrupting me. I've played most of Jim Kitchen's games. There's a few that I've not messed with. And I probably won't get to mess with them now because I'm using Windows 10, and I don't know if those run under Windows 10. Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to you. If people subscribe and I know about it, my policy is always subscribe back. I mean, if they're going to take the time to watch the content that I'm putting out, I'm going to do the same thing. My audio is okay now? Okay. That's a long story. Yeah, it's kind of long. Sixth Sense. I remember Sixth Sense. I played it a couple of times. Was I ever any good at it? No, but it was still fun. When I wasn't, whacking myself with the phone. Blind Gamer, how do you have a hacked save file in Manamon 2? Yeah, I know. I think I figured that out with the whole can I kill a tree with a knife thing. Nice username. I love it. I don't play all the games that I used to play because, I mean, some of them have gone away, some of them I can't find anymore. But and I mean, there's some older audio games that I've never been able to play because they got discontinued before I came on the scene. And while they are available, I have Windows 10 and they probably wouldn't work. So that's the brief version of my audio game history. I used to have to put them into wine wrappers so I could play them without getting killed. And usually that didn't even work because I was terrible at them anyway. But unfortunately, I think it broke that. So wine doesn't work anymore. I mean, I can install the games, but they don't talk even after I install the speech components. So that's a no-go. VMware Fusion is horrible for lagging, so I got one option. No, I never got that far. Do I play Swamp? No. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, you have to pay to play Swamp. I'm not the kind of person who will buy something that doesn't have a demo. It's just one of those things that I want to be able to try something and see if I would get my money's worth out of it. Yeah, Apple did kill off 32-bit support. Apple's an idiot. Would I like to play Swamp? Maybe. But I can't, I can't really. I don't have a mouse. I've got a trackpad. And my understanding is you have to have a mouse to play. I'd love to be able to. Just to see what all the fuss is about. But it's probably not going to happen for at least a little while. Of course, knowing my luck, I'd walk into whatever dangerous situations were in the game and just, like, not last 2 minutes. I don't even really know what that game is about. So, I'd get lost a few times. I'm one of those who gets lost a few times in every new game they try to play. Oh, okay. I didn't even know there was an offline mode. I had never heard about it. Yeah, that is unfortunate that they did that. There's still some good ones out there, but a lot of the good ones just went. I didn't even think about remapping the keys. I'm a moron. Then again, I've never had to like remap keys or anything like that, except in VMware Fusion because NVDA would not use the caps lock key. I mean, if that works. See, the way Mac trackpads work though is they don't have like buttons or anything like that. You just tap it. Some of them you can press down on, but others they're force touch, and Windows doesn't work with that. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, my spelling sometimes isn't the best, don't worry. I understood what you meant. You guys will know my spelling issues if you've seen some of my messages lately. My E key gets stuck and you get double E's all over the place. Ah, good way to take out your frustrations on the universe. I like that. No, I don't play that. I would like to, but honestly, I'm not sure where to get it. How in the what? Um, okay. I mean that seems kind of odd that you could even do that with a save file, but I believe you. I believe you. Thank you, Chris. I didn't reply to your Skype message. My Skype is closed right now because I'm avoiding someone. I thought I had it set to start up with my computer, but for some reason it didn't. I'm avoiding somebody who is, ringing me off the hook on every available platform. I mean, good grief, if I don't answer you on one, that does not mean start ringing me off the hook on the others, because I'm not going to answer there either. You don't remap the caps lock key. I had to set my insert key to option delete just so NVDA would recognize it. I do. I have a lot of ways to contact me off of YouTube. This doesn't fall under personal information, so don't worry, you're good. Because I don't care if you've got my Twitter name or anything like that. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at evilcookies98. My Reddit tag is Evil Chocolate Cookie. I've got Discord. You can find me on Skype if you just search for the Evil Chocolate Cookie. I'm a pretty findable person. Oh, I've seen those keyboards. My problem with those, I tried to use one at one point, those ones with the little mouse pointer in them. My hand kept hitting it because I didn't know how to type. Welcome. I usually don't give out my location just because, well, like I said at one point, I ran into a hacker that managed to get all of my stuff and ended up reformatting my computer. And I thought I was never going to get it fixed. But at least I'm not going to, blather everything out in public. But, I mean, if you want to get a hold of me, please do. Would I mind telling you what screen reader I use? I actually use 2 different ones. Well, 3 different ones if you count the television. I use VoiceOver on all of my Apple stuff. I use NVDA on Windows, and I've got Amazon Voice View on the Fire TV thing, which I think is fantastic. It did, Rich, it did let me choose caps lock in the welcome dialog, but VMware Fusion would not let it go through. And I should get a mechanical keyboard. Yeah, you're probably right. I do need a mechanical keyboard. I've got a Bluetooth keyboard over here, but I don't know what that would do, like, to VMware Fusion. I don't know what kind of latency it would bring in. You'll show me over Skype or something. Okay, please do, because I'm intrigued. But yeah, getting a hold of me is actually pretty easy. Oh, and I did forget one thing. My email address that I set up specifically for this is just theevilchocolatecookie@gmail.com. Shouldn't be too hard to remember. I'm also on RS Games under the Evil Chocolate Cookie. I'm on the Playroom when it actually works. Is anybody else having trouble today? I couldn't connect this morning, and I wanted to play Quiz Party, so I'm sad. That's also under the Evil Chocolate Cookie. My Dice World is the Evil Chocolate Cookie. I use the same username pretty much everywhere. That way people can actually find me if they're looking for me. Right now I have my desktop audio muted. So, like, I think the only sound that could possibly come through here would be if somebody sent something through Streamlabs. And then I would jump up in the air because I've got it set as loud as it'll go so I don't miss it. Like if somebody subscribed or bought a coffee cup or something like that, then it would ping! And then I'd jump up in the air. I muted my desktop audio today because we don't really need it. Otherwise you would be able to hear my screen reader. The specs of my VM, honestly I don't even know. Mainly because I don't use it anymore. Oh. Haven't you guys learned yet about asking me for names? I know them until somebody asks me and then my mind blanks out. Listen, I'd forget my own name if somebody didn't remind me on a daily basis. But I don't use Fusion anymore. I do, however, need to get in there one more time and copy my Super Egg Hunt data over. Although that's not going to do any good until I actually remember to install the game. What's the registration limit on that thing? Because I'll need to register my key again so that I can actually, play. And I don't want my key getting banned for registering it on a new computer. Those that are trying to get a hold of me on Skype, like I said, my Skype is closed right now because somebody's getting on my nerves. I'm not, mad at them enough to block them forever, but they are, rubbing me the wrong way, and I would just rather not deal with them, and I don't know how to shut one person up. That way I can actually talk to everybody else that I want to talk to. So I just close the whole thing. So if anybody can point out how stupid I'm being by not knowing how to shut somebody up, please do. Both. Coffee or tea. I like both, honestly. My coffee, I don't like black coffee. I've got to have some kind of sweetener in it. Tea, I can handle either way, but I do like to put a little bit of honey in it. It's just one of those things that I enjoyed when I was little, and I still do it. And of course we can't forget hot chocolate. That stuff is amazing. Can you install Windows with Boot Camp on a portable hard drive? I don't know. I wouldn't see why you couldn't if it only had the single macOS partition, but you know how Apple is. I don't know. That's an excellent question. had an error with a 128 gig hard drive. If you guys have read my book, you will know all about that. Dear potential customers, I am a MacBook Air, blah 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 blah. My inside is full of air instead of computer components. Oh my god, I'd love to be able to read that thing out loud to you guys one of these days, but I can't read out loud. Well, I mean, I know how to block people. I just wish there was a way to temporarily shut them up until they get the message. I mean, it's not somebody that I just, like, don't like. They're just getting on my nerves, and they don't seem to realize it. No matter how many times I've very gently tried to point it out to them, you're getting on my nerves. Well, you will, or you'll need, like, what are those USB headsets? Because they typically have sound cards in them. Or, a little workaround is after you have Windows installed, like after it restarts back to the setup screen, you can restart your computer into VMware Fusion, your boot camp partition into a virtual machine, and set it up that way because you'll have sound then. I figured that out a couple of years back, and I think it was mentioned on AppleVis too, but I didn't see it until later. I'm using Boot Camp. I had to get somebody to help me read like the installer and stuff like that, but once the sound drivers got installed, I took the rest of it from there. I think I have you on Skype. I think I added you. It's just not open. Like my app is not open. I have it closed, so it doesn't keep pinging me with people I don't want to deal with. Which is exactly one member of the fine, so don't worry. I need to get one of those. Honestly, but I don't know how expensive they are. And money doesn't grow on trees. USB headset mic, that should work. Like, I found out actually from somebody else, I don't remember who told me this, but most of those USB headsets, especially the ones with like the big blocky thing on the cord, have a sound card in them. Hi there. I still don't know how to mispronounce your name. You might say it differently from what my screen reader does, and I know how screen readers are to mispronounce people's names. No, I don't have my 128 gigabyte MacBook Air anymore. I have a 2016 MacBook Pro. It says it's 2016 anyway. I got it in 2017, so who knows? But it's one of those with the touch bar and the butterfly keyboard. Dear users, I am your friendly butterfly keyboard. And that's the precise problem why I'm having keyboard problems. Those keyboards are crap. Now I'm losing my J key. I don't know what to do. Good thing I have a handy supply of glue floating around. No, that MacBook Air that I had was a nightmare. The first year I got it, I'd had it for, well, less than a year. I shut the computer down. I'd been on Skype with a couple of my friends. I shut the computer down. I went out somewhere. I don't remember what I did. Came back, tried to turn on the computer. It wouldn't turn on. My computer was down for a week. I still to this day don't know what went wrong with it. It said it couldn't find some kind of boot file, but there was nothing on there that could have tampered with the boot files because, well, I mean, I didn't know enough about the internet to visit anything dangerous. I barely knew how to open the web browser. And every year after that, that computer would crash in the middle of the summer. One year I was actually trying to install an update, and the installer crashed mid-update and the computer rebooted with no operating system. Bad computer. They are a little bit smaller than what you'd be used to, but that's not the real problem. The real problem is that they don't tend to stay attached. Or stuff gets stuck under them and you can't press them. If that works, let me know. If you can actually get that to install, please do let me know. That would be an interesting find. Apple hasn't said, like, in their support documentation or anything, whether or not you can actually do that. I would assume you could, because it didn't specifically say it had to be the internal drive. But what do I know? How do you boot into Windows with Boot Camp? Actually, there's two ways that you can go about it. You can set it as your default startup disk through System Preferences. Or if you feel confident in your guessing abilities, you can restart your computer and hold down the Option key and press your arrows a few times until you get to Boot Camp and press enter, and if you hit the wrong partition, like if you start up in macOS or hit recovery, you just try again. I think it varies from system to system. I know with mine I press the left arrow once and it goes over. Hi, Mark. You know, I'm an idiot. I opened up this thing on my phone so I could post the link on Discord, and I still haven't posted the link on Discord. So if any of you guys are on my Discord and want to post the link, go ahead. You're not going to hear me complain. Oh, thank you. Oh, it wraps around. I didn't know that. I usually just press the left arrow once and then press enter because I know that works. I figured out that that's the quickest way for me to get there. I know some people have to right arrow like 2 or 3 times, depending on your partitions. I guess it's just the way your system's configured. I'm not exactly sure. Thank you, Nightbot. Oh, and those links that Nightbot keeps sending out, feel free to use them. I mean, it's not forced, but if you want to use them, be my guest. The one with the quotation mark, though, you'll have to fix, because I got in a hurry typing and didn't realize I'd put in a quotation mark instead of a colon. If you want to win the unusual coffee cup contest, you can definitely do that. And it's getting close to winter. Who doesn't need more hoodies? Actually, Streamlabs and their prices on that stuff aren't terrible. I mean, for, you know, like customized merch and stuff like that, their prices are not that bad. And they're not charging me anything, so always nice. Stop it, YouTube. No, I'm not streaming on mobile. I'm still 748 subscribers short for that. Would I love to be able to stream on mobile? Absolutely. Now, I just use Streamlabs. I've got like the donation page set up and all that kind of stuff. in case people want it, and I found out that you can get merch and they handle everything. Which takes a lot of work off me, and it's a good thing because I can't draw. So I set that up. I love cold weather. I like cold weather a lot better than hot weather. My thing is you can fix it really easy if you get too cold. You just bundle up. If you get too hot and you can't like get to cool air or anything like that, there's really not a whole lot you can do. I love snow. I love, building a snowman, all that kind of stuff. I've not seen enough snow to build a snowman in a few years, but that's beside the point. And after something I read on the Ghost in My Machine, I don't know if I'll ever build a snowman again. That thing gave me nightmares for days last year. Okay. Oh dear God, that startled the crap out of me. That was just my Amazon Echo. I don't know what it wants. You know what? My desktop audio is muted. I'll go ahead and check my Skype. If it sends the connection downhill, just let me know and I'll shut it off. Okay, now I see you. Yep. You've never seen snow? Wow. I love snow. The only thing I don't like about snow is falling on my face in it. No, this is boot camp. It's the same computer I've had since I started streaming. I just got rid of VMware Fusion. But yeah, I see you. I see your Skype messages, so they're coming through. It's just like I said, it's been closed because people are getting on my nerves. But like I said, if you want to get a hold of me, that's pretty easy. If you want to send me like your suggestions for like some of the creepy rituals and stuff that I should read Saturday, you can do that. If you'd rather send them privately, lids off with those. I don't care what you send me. I will read it. Which should prove to you guys just how determined I am to, have fun. This is fun for me. It really is. It's a lot of work, but what good thing isn't? Oh, that makes sense. I've been to Florida once. It was pretty cool. I spent quite a bit of time getting seaweed wrapped around my ankles that one day. Have I made a snow slushie? No. Would I like to? Yes. But yeah, I wanted to play Quiz Party this morning. I tried to log into the Playroom and it was just like, nope. And then I tried to log into the web client and it's like, nope. So I checked my account to see if maybe I'd got in trouble for something that I didn't know about, and I didn't see anything. Would you like to build a snowman corporation? Sure. How do you do that? Google Translate reference for anybody who doesn't get it. Let me refer you to the YouTube channel. I think the name of it nowadays is Translator Fails. The whole Google Translate Sings thing. Look up, do you want to build a snowman? I love those things. Those are hilarious. Yeah, I went to Florida on my senior trip and it was buckets of fun. Except for, something really, really stupid that I did. That wasn't fun, but it was funny later. I love doing stupid stuff that can make me laugh at myself. But yeah, we went to the beach, all that kind of stuff. I came home with a bunch of seashells. All that good stuff. I love seashells. That's one thing that I can never get enough of. And you never see two that look absolutely the same. At least I haven't. I used to have, I think I made myself a headband with some of those little ones that you get in like the craft kits and stuff like that. I love arts and crafts and stuff like that too. I'm not really good at it. But pipe cleaners, Play-Doh, that kind of stuff, those are my best friends. I made myself a wig out of multicolored pipe cleaners once, and I looked like the biggest idiot on the face of the earth trying to wear that thing. Don't ask me why I did it. I was bored, okay? There's a lot of stuff that I've done because I was bored, and most of it's really, really stupid. What did I do? I'm assuming you meant the stupid thing that wasn't fun for me, but was funny later. Okay, well, I'll tell. Because, I'm not hurting anybody by telling the story. Let me start off by saying that if there's one thing on this planet I hate, it's an escalator. Oh my god, I hate those things with a passion. So, if any of you guys that have been to Florida, if you've been to Universal, then you'll know the one I'm talking about. That big tall one. When you first come in. Well, we were leaving, we spent 2 days there. We were leaving the first day. And I was on the escalator, and I know usually when they end. Well, this one was like really, really, really big, and I stepped out into midair, and somebody had to catch me, and I just like went backwards. Let's just say I didn't ride the rest of the way down on my feet. I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. Yeah, they must be. Like I said, I've tried to connect in every imaginable way, and nothing worked. I posted it to the forum, though, to the bug reports, and let them know about it, in case they didn't already. you, Pierre! You opened yourself up to that one. I even have Pierre. And if your name is Pierre, then I did not mean you. I don't know 90% of your guys' names. So if your name is Pierre, then you're still in the clear. Unless, of course, you're the villain dude from Paladin of the Sky that blew up a whole spaceship, in which case you're not in the clear. Yeah, I just hate them. Mainly because I usually end up stepping on the divider and going boing, 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 boing all the way down, and I hate that. And the whole nothing to hold on to thing, I don't trust my balance on moving objects. To me, trying to stand upright with nothing to hang on to on a moving object is like trying to walk around after you got off one of those carnival rides that makes you dizzy. Which brings me to another interesting point. There were a bunch of people, I think maybe they were at my grade school, that had this notion in their minds that because I could not see, that I could not get dizzy. I'm like, what? Yeah, I can get dizzy. Oh, okay. I see what it's doing. You would have to have. How big is your portable drive? Because I could probably give you a workaround. It would be very long and tedious, but it might work. You would have to have a copy of Mac OS on the drive and then boot into that copy in order for it to send anything to boot camp on that disk. I don't usually mess with a lot of disk partitioning stuff most of the time because knowing my luck I would break something. Tweet, thank you, Siri. But yeah, it would be kind of tedious to have to, set all that up and install an operating system you don't even plan on using. I've actually heard of some people, and I don't know why they would do this, but I've heard of some people that once they install Boot Camp, they completely obliterate their Mac partition and turn their Mac into a Windows computer. I don't know how or why you would do that, but they did. Thank you, Nightbot. Okay, you should have plenty of space then if you have to do that. If you have to like install a copy of Mac OS or OS 10 or whatever your computer's running. And then set it up through that. Like I said, I don't see why it shouldn't work like that, but Apple is weird, so who knows? Holy cow! That's fascinating. I wonder how somebody did that. I mean, I guess, if you could open something in Notepad or whatever and edit some text lines, then you could make it do whatever you wanted, but that's the only way I could see to make it do anything. And I feel like if you tried to do that, then you'd be met with a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, and it just wouldn't make any sense. I wish you could rematch Hyper Hathorillion. Just because I want to punch the Last Resort Protocol in the face again, because the last time I played it took me 3 days to beat it because half my stuff was generated with really, really crappy stats. And, but yeah, my frustration level with that game the last time I played it, somebody was on Skype with me. I don't exactly remember who it was. When I finally beat the stupid Last Resort Protocol and absolutely lost it because I was yelling at it so bad, they thought it was hilarious. I felt like an idiot. Then again, I always feel like an idiot, so that's nothing new. Do I play Dice World? Yes, I do. The evil chocolate cookie. I don't think there are any spaces in it, and I think I think the first letter of each word is capped. So if you find me, like, just send me an invite and I'll get it. And that applies to anybody else that may want to play. But yeah, I love Dice World. I like beating people at Farkle. I don't always manage to do that, but it's great when I do. What's the highest level you can get to in Dice World? Does anybody know? I think I'm at level 23? I haven't got anything on there. Yet. And those are my emails, and I'm not going to let my phone read them out loud because my email is none of anybody's business. Yeah, I'm pretty brutal when it comes to Farkle. That's my game. That and Quiz Party. I've lost a couple of times on Quiz Party, but trivia is like something I really, really love to do. I was on the quiz team for years. One of my dreams in life, and this is probably never gonna happen, but one of my big dreams in life is to challenge Ken Jennings to a trivia match. I remember watching him on Jeopardy when I was like really, really little, when he had that super long run that time, and I just could not believe anybody was that smart. Oh yeah, in my inbox. I thought I sent you a message back. Knowing my luck, I hit the wrong button again. I love how often I hit the wrong button. But yeah, I'm at level 23. I would probably be a little bit higher if it didn't keep breaking every time there was an iOS update, like of the major category, like from 12 to 13 or 13 to 14 or stuff like that. Because it seems like every time Apple updates iOS, Dice World ends up broken. Long live Requiem and the Last Resort Protocol. The Last Resort Protocol needs to be punched in the face. Like, hard. Like, really, really hard with a rock. That is something I would love to see. That would be fascinating. What did that do to your key, though? Like I said, knowing my luck, I hit the wrong button. Sometimes I'll try to send something and I'll end up saving it as a draft. And then I'm like, did you get my email? No. Like I sent you an email. No, you didn't. And it'll be sitting right there in the draft box. Bad YouTube.
11:08 a.m. Dice World now. Rich W. Beers invited you to play. Button.
Yeah, I got your invitation. It just popped up on my screen. I wish there was unrelated, I wish there was a version of Dice World for the computer. Huh. Yeah, I probably put it in the drafts box again. I'm an idiot. But this is, this is fun. What was I doing? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, I was just checking chats. Ugh. Don't worry, I'm fine. It's allergy season and I had an air bubble in my throat. I hate those. No need to worry there. I don't have an Android. Closest I've got to an Android is a Google Home Mini. Gotta be careful with that thing because it thinks it hears its name in every other word that comes out of your mouth. I usually send emails from my phone. Primarily because I don't know how to set up the mail app on this thing. So in this case it would blather all over the place. Yeah, those newbie. I don't even know how to check my email. And I'm going to tell you something that's going to make some of you guys happy. I'm testing out keeping an eye on my stream with Google Chrome instead of Firefox. How is my connection today? Is it any better at all? Like, are we having like massive buffering issues, or is it actually behaving itself? The last chocolate protocol. It kills with chocolate spikes. Oh my god, I love that. Too bad I don't know a whole lot of code, or I would make that. I would sit down right now and build that. But my coding knowledge is pretty limited. I still have to look at documentation just to write a function down the right way. I mean, I know what they do. I just keep misspelling them, and the whole double E's thing doesn't help matters in the slightest. Okay, good. Yeah, there was probably some at first because my phone was in the picture. I'm trying to figure out a good compromise between, like, checking chats and not having my phone rattling its trap constantly, because I think that does have a lot to do with it. I'll tell you what I did. I changed the stream latency. I had it set on ultra low and I changed it back to normal. Well, YouTube says my streaming bitrate is suboptimal, so that could have something to do with it too. What's Brave? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it does. Last Chocolate Protocol used Chaos Chocolate. Okay, I should so turn that into a short film or an audio drama. And, like, put it out here for people to watch. Like, figure out some way to come up with sound effects. And you know, if I could do that, I would, except that, you know, the game developer would kill me. I mean, it wouldn't actually have anything to do with it. It'd just be one of those parody type things. People make fun of video games all the time. I really do have to say thank you guys. I'm nowhere near done. I'm having fun, but I really do have to say thank you guys. I've never had this many people here. How many do I have in the... Oh, that makes sense. Thank you, Nightbot. I've got it on a 15-minute timer, so it sends that stuff out, and anybody that's popping in and out can catch it. Otherwise, I would forget to send it out, and what good would the links be if people couldn't see them? Reminder, if you join my Patreon, you get custom ringtones that I made. There's one for the Flip Goes the Keyboard song, and there's one for the whole I Hate You Pierre thing. Because that's kind of turned into a catchphrase. I never meant for it to, but it just got so funny that it's kind of stuck. So, if you are on my Patreon, message me. We will talk about what format your phone needs, and I'll get you those. You do whatever you need to do. It's completely understandable. I missed a lot of my friends' streams because I had finals and that kind of stuff to prepare for last year. Now there are no more finals. I'm done with that whole mess, so I'm just having fun. Oh, stop complaining, YouTube. You know, I installed a chat reader on here and it is not working. I found an extension for Chrome that's supposed to read these chats to me and it is not doing its job. Like, not at all. Zilch. And I still haven't sent the link out to Discord. I'm an idiot. Hey, that's perfectly fine with me. Just let me know when you're free. My schedule is pretty much empty these days. Except for tomorrow. I probably won't be around much tomorrow. For obvious reasons. Then again, who knows? I might just pop in here and surprise everybody. Haven't decided yet. I wonder who's gonna get scared first Saturday, whether it's gonna be me or whether it's gonna be you guys. Wait, there's an NVDA add-on that can do that. That would be the best thing ever. So yeah, if you could find that, let me know. And also, if any of you guys know where any sappy voices are that I can get, that I don't have to, you know, break any laws or anything to obtain, please let me know, because Microsoft David sucks. And half the time when I want to play Sequence Storm, I forget to open up the clipboard reader first, and then can't figure out why my game has no audio. Okay, honestly, I don't know what plans are. I'm gonna be surprised. I really need to get this link out on Discord. I am such an idiot. I don't have Discord on the computer though. That's my problem. I keep forgetting to install it. Oh, I know what you mean. It's gonna be a surprise to me. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna get a bucket of evil chocolate cookies dumped over my head. You know, I don't even think it would be that hard to make actual cookies off that logo. All you'd need would be some icing, so that you could like draw the face on it and stuff like that. I just can't believe I can actually get my logo on a coffee cup. That makes me happy. How can you get a compass in STW? Okay, the first thing you need to do is go over and pick up 2 pieces of clay, like you would to make a pot, but instead of combining the 2 pieces of clay, combine each one of them with an empty hand and you'll end up with dipped bowls. Now you want to combine one of those with water. Then you need to go to the campground fence and get yourself a piece of metal. And then you need to pick up some leaves, combine metal with leaves, and you'll get a direction finder. I think that's what it's called. And then you combine the 2 items that you've just made the bowl thing with water in it and the direction finder, and you have a broken compass, and then you combine the broken compass with the other bowl thing, and you've got a whole compass. And that probably made no sense whatsoever. I'm sorry. What, an evil chocolate cookie? How would you get an evil chocolate cookie for Christmas? Yeah, they do. I just can't remember where to find it. And I'm terrible at explaining things. I'm so sorry. But like I said, you guys can ask me pretty much anything. Anything you don't already know the answers to and want to. This, personal preferences, hobbies, anything like that. I don't care. You are not going to hurt my feelings. Unless somebody that I can't stand pops in here and asks what I think of them, and then I'm going to have to hurt their feelings because I'm not going to lie for them. How do you get to the campground fence? North through the mainland. You need to go north through the desert. Please, please, please take plenty of water with you, because when you're in that desert, your thirst will skyrocket. Go all the way north through it and try to stay toward the western half of the map, because you've got two things up north of that desert. You've got the campground and you've got the Rocky Spring. If you get into the Rocky Spring, just go west and just don't fall in a hole. Once you get to the campground, you'll run into the fence. You need to jump up on top of it before you can pick up metal. I mean, you can climb down to the bottom after you jump up on top of it, but you need to get on top of the fence to be able to get to the metal. Would you like me to log in maybe a little bit later and help you? Listen, I've got compasses galore. I could easily give you one. I don't care the slightest bit if somebody needs me to log in and help them. That is perfectly fine with me. I have to be a goof. That's my job. Oh, sure, that works. Do I like music? Absolutely. I love music. My favorite kinds. My iTunes is a little bit of a mix. I've got, some of the older country music, Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, Loretta Lynn, that kind of stuff. And then folk music, Bob Dylan and all of his crew. All of his friends. Joni Mitchell, she's got a couple of good ones. I've not found a whole lot of her stuff that I like. Judy Collins. A bunch of like the Disney soundtracks. And then there's In the Heights and Hamilton. I like a little bit of Elvis, Madonna, even a little bit of Michael Jackson and stuff like that. And I can do Christmas music 365 days a year. How do you jump on the fence? once you bump into the fence, hit control space, you jump, and then hit your up arrow a couple of times. You'll hear yourself land on the fence. Just don't jump too far, you'll fall and get hurt. West is to the left. Unless you're facing south for some reason, in which case, then west would be to the right. Sure, I don't mind the slightest little bit. I can't do it right now because it would lag the crap out of itself, and I ended up getting us both killed. But get a hold of me and let me know. Not a Willie Nelson fan, huh? And Bob Dylan isn't the greatest either, but there's somebody we know that you probably shouldn't tell that I said that. Bob Dylan's lyrics are great, but his voice makes me want to strangle him. He needed singing lessons like 200 years ago. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Christmas music. And as for what your job is, there can be two goofs. The whole world is full of insane people. We need goofs. From what I actually got to play of VK3, I think it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the last time I tried to play it, it started throwing errors at me in Japanese, so I don't know what was up with it. The only Japanese I know is from the Urban Legends. That's pretty much all I know. So unless that game is, about, I won't spoil any of them, but... And you know what irritates me? I couldn't find a book that had all the Japanese urban legends put together in it. I think I need to fix that. Sure. It's under the evil chocolate cookie when I actually log in. Like I said, I'm findable. Squeaky monster things. Are you talking about what people have called, like, the slime things? I don't exactly understand what they are. Just between you guys and me, the AudioGames.net forum would not approve of what I'm about to say. But I think blind help is an excellent thing. I do. Do I use it? Yeah. Am I ashamed of the fact? No. I mean, they've got some stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So, obviously I use it. But I know the forum isn't really too keen on that place, and I understand them, but at the same time, I think sometimes they do take things a little too far. I mean, if they're punishing somebody for breaking the rules, that's one thing. But I mean, how are people supposed to know every single thing that has ever been copyrighted on the face of the planet? I am a firm Jaws hater. I despise the thing. I try to support the developers as much as I can, but there are things that I can't, manage, and there are things that, in my opinion, are not worth my money. The gate, not worth what you pay for it, if you ask me. Which is why I don't have it. I don't have Psycho Strike either for the exact same reason. I wanted to buy Q9, but forces kind of intervened against me. I told you guys I had an old copy of Q9. Well, I do have an old copy of Q9. Because someone came to my rescue. They're like, hey, happy birthday, here. I'm not using it. Because I remember I was going to get Q9 for my birthday that year, and Philip is just like, no, it's not happening. I mean, it's not, bleh. That's one thing people are just gonna disagree on, is stuff like that, but I just don't think it's worth the money for what it is. Not that much anyway. Cut the price in half and you might have yourself a deal, but something with pretty much no replay value, just I don't see it. I love it. Stop complaining, YouTube. I'm trying to check chat. Yeah, I agree on Jaws. It's overpriced, ridiculously overpriced. I was able to get an annual license for Zilch because I was in college, which I did take advantage of for, testing purposes. I hated the thing. I'll tell you one that I think had potential was Supernova. I played around with that thing a little bit, and it wasn't bad. Now, System Access was just a lag machine. I hated that thing. Like I said, I just don't feel that you should have to pay that much for something with no replay value. Now, the other ones, yeah, they're a little expensive, but I mean, they've got replay value. Like with the Metamon games, unless you just don't mix things up, you're never going to end up with the exact same team twice. I played with a whole new team this last time. Although I did have to catch 2 Refloran because my first one was a piece of crap. Window Eyes, don't even get me started. Ugh. You don't want to hear my long, detailed rants about that thing. Trust me, you really don't. Slip into the shadows. Have fun. Just don't stand in front of a mirror and repeat the name Veronica 9 times. That's dangerous. Don't do that. I'll explain more about that on Saturday. Because I know now that I've mentioned it, you guys are probably intrigued. I'll just have to make sure my mirror is blocked off. Because there is a mirror in here. Hopefully the TV doesn't get up and walk out by Saturday. Because it's kind of blocking the mirror, which makes me feel a little better, but not much. I have a candle in here too, but I don't like candles. I love candles, just like for the scent. I just don't like them. Okay, now that comment just gave me this picture in my mind of a computer window with a big frown on it that when you clicked on it to open it up, it just went. I said don't do it, not do it. I like having you guys alive, so don't do it. I agree. Well, since I've never played anything more than the demo with Psycho Strike, I mean, I could be wrong. I never saw the point in obtaining it. I have played all the way through the gate. I'm not going to tell anybody how I did it. Although I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Listen, I'm not... I don't put up with people spamming the chat asking me for game cracks and stuff like that. I'm not the type that would personally give out my key. But, and I mean, especially when I was younger and, you know, didn't have any money or anything like that. When you're too young to get money, you do what you have to do to get the software you need. And when the gate came out, I was still in high school and I wasn't old enough to have a bank account. Yeah. Okay, I feel like an idiot now. After that scene I made with... Listen, guys, my imagination is a little bit on the random side. It doesn't get as much use as it did when I was younger, but it does still work. If you want to tell everyone in the whole entire world, good luck to you, my friend. Stop complaining, YouTube. I remember when I used to be like VG Storm's #1 fan. If they released something, I was instantly in front of my browser and I was after it. The first one I ever actually held off on, believe it or not, was the first Manamon game because it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't understand like the description. I'm like, what is this thing? And then then somebody asked me if I played it, and I'm like, no. They're like, well, you should try it. It's fun. And I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I was hooked. I got really sad when I ran out of demo to play. I did. I got really, really sad when I ran out of the demo. I'm like, no, come on. Same with Manamon 2. When that came out, that one I went straight and grabbed because I was fairly impressed with the first one, so I had high hopes. I played through the demo. I was fascinated. And then there's the story of how I accidentally ended up with 2 keys. But I did purchase the full game fairly quickly. And then got lost because I thought the music hall was the stadium and couldn't figure out why I couldn't get in. I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. Oh, that reminds me about the music hall. Would you guys like me on some stream or other to take you back through all the rhythm games now that I actually have them all unlocked and can actually play them? You know how to duplicate items in all of them? Wow. With Psycho Strike, my usual, I never even, they say the demo ends when you get to level 10. I couldn't even get that far, thank you, VMware Fusion. I mean, I'm sure part of it was my own crappy skill. Didn't help either. Hi, Hunter. But yeah, I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. My copy of Windows isn't even activated, guys. I don't have a Windows product key. I just downloaded the installer and Windows is nagging me because it's not activated, but it's not going to get activated. Cuz I'm not paying Microsoft $400 for a product key. Windows is overpriced. Not to mention, where in the universe would I get $400? I can't just like snap my fingers and make it appear. I'm not magic. Although trust me, if I could. Thank you, Nightbot. The bot can't even hear me, but I acknowledge everybody else, so I mean, why not? And I do want to apologize if I've missed somebody's message. I usually check chats on my phone, and today I'm checking them with the computer, so it's a little different. And if I miss something, it's purely unintentional. I don't mean to miss it. Something called work. Yeah, that's easier said than done with the way things are right now. I'd love to get on with Apple because, I mean, that seems like the best thing for me, but I don't have a computer desk, and they won't hire you if you don't have a computer desk. I have an end table. They wouldn't like that. Wow, Chrome wouldn't work. That's pretty bad. And I want to apologize to everybody who has heard me criticizing Google Chrome. I had only ever used the Mac version, which at the time I used it was a nightmare and actually was not all that accessible unless you used the Chrome screen reader, which didn't know how to shut up when you needed it to, apparently. The Windows version doesn't seem to be all that bad. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I've wanted to do is work from home. But like, because I don't know a whole lot about like other computers, other stuff like that. And I feel like something like that would be like a good fit for me because I do a lot of unofficial tech support anyway. People are messaging me like, okay, I broke my computer, what do I do about it? I'm like, okay, you do this and this and this and this and this. So I'd like to get on with Apple, but you have to have a computer desk or they won't hire you. I don't know what version of Windows 10 I've got on here. I forgot, and I don't know how to check. Then again, I was installing the thing at like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I was trying to get ready for a stream that day, I think. Get over yourself, YouTube. YouTube is nagging me constantly, and it's annoying. Bad YouTube. When Windows 10 first came out, I was one of the people who beta tested Windows 10 actually through my virtual machines and stuff like that. When Windows 10 first came out, I hated it. It was a nightmare. Which kind of soured my experience and kind of made me hate it in general. I still don't like some of the things it does, like the File Explorer. I don't want to have to fight just to close a window. Call me spoiled by the Mac being able to hit Command W and the window just goes pfft. But I want to be able to hit a key and get rid of the window. If you want to do like the support advisor thing, which like I said would be my best bet. It says you have to have or be able to get like a desk and an office chair. You have to have a door that you can close, and you have to have a reliable internet connection. Literally, the only requirement that I could satisfy is the whole thing with the door. $10 million impact. Holy crap. My God. I would hate to have been on the receiving end of an attack from that. I've wanted to get on with Apple for years, though. Would I prefer to be, at the Genius Bar? Sure. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, I've been a happy customer for almost 9 years. November will make 9 years. Would you like to know how many times I've had to call tech support in that time, knock on wood? 2. Usually I can figure things out, but when I can't, I love the way their tech support are. They don't brush you off. They legit try to help you. There's a reason you can't get past Emperor Jaden. That's the end of the demo. And even if it's not, Kelly's defense sucks, so you'd have to upgrade that first. She doesn't get any defense when she levels up, so... But, no, I'd love to have a job. My plan this year was to finish up with my school, graduate, get a job. And then the whole world came crashing down around our ears, so yeah. Oh, my bad, I didn't know that. My bad. But like I said, Kelly doesn't get defense when she levels up, so you really have to get like a lot of coins for her and go into the shop and upgrade her defense quite a bit. And you have to get her to... People that told me how to play recommended getting her to level 10 at least. If you can without, getting killed. Because of the aforementioned defense problem. Well, thank you. But yeah, it does seem like their tech support, they actually care about their customers actually getting things figured out. When I dealt with them in July, they were excellent. When my newest friend over here, well, the first one anyway, just randomly decided overnight that the bass part of the speaker was going to go splat splat, I told him about it and told him that I'd tried like all the software fixes, gone to the support communities. I'm like, okay, I tried resetting it, I tried unplugging it, I tried picking it up and shaking it. No, seriously, if you have an audio problem with your HomePod, that's something they'll tell you to do is pick it up and shake it. What are we using now, an Etch-a-Sketch? Well, they don't mean like pick it up and shake the crap out of it. They mean just pick it up, move it around, set it back down. That way it has to recalibrate its audio. But I tried everything, and they're like, did you try to hard reset? I'm like, I did. And they explained to me, how their mail-in stuff works. And I was nervous. I'm like, okay, how much is this going to cost me? And they're like, you got Apple Care. Nothing. Yay for Apple Care. I don't think I'll ever order anything from them again without Apple Care. Unless, it's like a Mac and Apple Care is like an extra $1,000. Holy cow, I need to borrow some of your level up herbs. That way I can do some work on my Manapedia. I need... Game doesn't let you buy them, and that makes me sad. Oh gosh. I'm having fun, but my voice isn't, so I might I apologize, I might have to drink something. You season, your throat just does not like you. If you have 4 million level up herbs, then I envy you. I do. I got them. Because I'm evil. Although anybody that hangs out with me knows exactly how I got them. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut, or else I will not give you any evil chocolate cookies. And I actually do want to ask you guys a question. Do you want me to do more community-oriented events, like kind of like what we did Saturday, where we just get together and have fun, play games, do whatever? Did you guys enjoy that? I mean, judging by the fact that I got over 100 views in a couple of days, I'm guessing you did. If I had enough subscribers, I could actually have these videos monetized, because I have over 4,000 watch hours in the last year. I can't wait until I hopefully can get enough subscribers and stuff like that to do super chats. I love super chats because, I mean, to me, a super chat says to the person you're sending it to, I value what you're doing. I've sent a couple of super chats. I just I feel like even if you just send it out of the blue, even if they don't ask for anything like that, I feel like it's just a pleasant surprise to the creator. Shut up, YouTube. Exterminator 555. Hello. Welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Of insanity. Because that's what you're entering into. And if you guys know anybody that likes like I said, like the creepy rituals and stuff like that, please let them know what's going on Saturday. I wish I had a broader audience to tell about it, but it's not like I can go on the Three Kings subreddit and be like, oh, I'm doing this Saturday, come watch my video. They'd kick me out of the subreddit in a heartbeat. Although they do ask excellent questions, and I admire them for that, because I posted a topic the other day, something I'd wondered about some of those games and stuff like that. You have to rely on like visual cues and stuff like that. And I posted a topic asking them, you know, would any of these, if they did anything, would any of these work if you can't see? And somebody asks, okay, so how did you post this? Which was an excellent question, because I'm willing to bet that none of them had ever seen anything like that before. Thank you, Nightbot. As you guys can see, Nightbot is now doing its job without me having to yell at it. And I don't even have to keep the web page open. Nightbot just, it's on an auto timer. If the chat's very active, it sends things out every 15 minutes. If it's not active, it's quiet until it picks up a little bit more. I would love to know why Streamlabs is not letting me know when people subscribe to me. I've got the source configured in OBS, but it's not doing anything. Let me run a test. Let me get Firefox up here so I don't accidentally close the YouTube window. I don't understand that. It's supposed to go off and it's not. Yeah, phones like to be weird. You always watch the archives. Well, thank you.
got mail, so, you know, read it.
Now, when somebody subscribes, it's supposed to do this. Sometime today. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not timing. But when somebody subscribes, it's supposed to, like, chime at me. Isn't muted? You check the donation thing and see if that actually works. For some reason, it's not chiming. And I know I've got the source set up.
John donated $84. This is a test donation for $84.
I don't know why it's not. It's supposed to ping. Hold on. Did OBS crash the source when it updated? Or is it just not playing? I'm confused. But yeah, it's supposed to let me know when people subscribe, but it hasn't been doing a very good job of it lately. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, it came through? I didn't hear it. I don't understand why, but I did not hear it. But yeah, it's supposed to do that when it's supposed to chime when somebody subscribes, but it's not for some reason. Unless it is and I'm not hearing it. I would have to listen to my streams and stuff again to be able to see, though. My audio quality is kind of weird. Sorry, I was covering the mic again. Oops. I'm using a different mic than I usually do, so that could have something to do with it too. We weren't trying to play a game or anything like that, so we didn't really need a fancy setup. So is there anything else you guys would like to know? Or do you just want me to start sharing some random facts? Because I can do that too. I'm having fun, so I don't want to shut it off quite yet. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, so the mic on these is attached to one of the earphones, and I don't need both earphones in unless I'm playing a game, so I only wear one. Which happens to be the one without the mic, so if I accidentally cover up the microphone, it sounds like crap. Stop complaining, YouTube. Random is fun. I agree. You should see me on the playroom when something pops up and I don't know an answer. I just send in something random. I'm just like, okay. Like one of the clues I got the other day was contemporary, Middle Ages or medieval writer with K. I wasn't alive back then. I don't know. So me being the smart aleck, sir. Anybody that's never heard of King Arthur, I guess I get to do a really bad job at telling a story. So if you don't get that, let me know and I'll fill you in. Yeah, I'm gonna need a drink. So anybody who doesn't approve, just tune out now. Tune back in about 5 minutes. I have played Entombed before, but I haven't in a while. I never got past floor 7. And I can't remember my password. It's been a while since I've played and I can't remember my password. I got one of those, I got my account unlocked after it was made freeware. Now that game was one that was actually worth the money. I would have paid for it. I'm not a good explainer, but here we go. I'm not exactly sure the time frame when all this was supposed to happen, but there was this point in time where it's basically portrayed as like in England and all that stuff. They didn't have a king because the previous king, whose name I don't to this day know how to pronounce, had died and everybody was like fighting over it. And they were trying to figure out who was supposed to become the next king. Well, they go to like this church thing. At least this is kind of a story that I heard out of a book I read recently. Well, all the people that are supposed to be eligible to be king go to this big church and all this kind of fun stuff. And outside the church, there's this big stone, and sticking out of the stone is a sword. And after they go through all their prayers and stuff, everybody tries to yank out the sword and nobody can get it loose. So then they call for all the available, knights and all that in the country. And among these was this kid, one of the younger ones, whose name was Arthur. So he's going along with the people he believes to be his father and his brother and all that. And his brother realizes that he's forgotten his sword. So he asks Arthur, he's like, "Will you go back for it?" And Arthur's like, "Okay." This is the modern language version, by the way. So Arthur tries to go back home to get his brother's sword and can't get into the castle, so he thinks, well, why don't I just grab that one that was in the churchyard? It doesn't seem to belong to anybody. It's just sitting there. And he just barely grabs it and is able to get it loose from this stone, and nobody else could get it loose. So he takes it back to his brother, and his brother recognizes where it came from and tells Dad about it, and Dad is just flabbergasted. I can't remember their names, most of them. But the bottom line is, Arthur pulls the sword from the stone, becomes king, ends up in Camelot, blah, 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 blah. If you want the whole story, look it up, or go download the Magic Treehouse books. They draw very, very heavily from the story of Camelot, which is where I first heard of it. There's some inconsistencies, but that author introduces you to all the really important characters in the story, and she makes it fun. Thank you, Nightbot. I'm sorry, guys, I'm very bad at telling stories, okay? Now you know what you're in for Saturday. But, yeah, I'm seriously, at age 22, almost, 22 tomorrow, referring you to go get the Magic Treehouse books, which are supposed to be, for beginner chapter book readers. By beginner, did she mean people who can't read out loud at the age of 22? Because they never got any practice? I desperately hope so, because I still love the things. I'm not finished yet. I'm 6 books behind, and that irritates me. I can't stop reading because every time I think I'm done, she comes out with a new one. What I would like to know, for anybody who does know the story, is how the stupid sword got in the stone in the first place. I mean, it's not like the sword just woke up one morning and went, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go get stuck in a stone for a while. That sounds like fun." If it did that, well, I'm scared. Yeah, guys, I'm weird. Get used to it. But then again, if you're here, then you're pretty much used to that already. As far as future content goes, I've got some surprises. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're, surprises. But... And I've also got a Hero's Call that we never got to finish. The only problem is I don't remember what we were doing. So I may have to start over. I seriously do not remember what we were trying to do. I think I was lost, as usual. You guys know I get lost quite often in these games. Oh god, don't even get me started on the Eternity Studio. I think I understand why that thing's called the Eternity Studio. It's an eternity of frustration. Okay, well, A wizard better have put it in there, because if there's a sword capable of that kind of thought, then having independent thoughts might be my audiobook machine. And that would be creepy. Thing already wanders off enough as it is. I don't need it with a brain. What's it doing? Why is it not working? This is not a valid Windows application. Is it does it keep crashing every time you try to play? What's it doing? Maybe I can help you fix it. I tell you, that thing's called the Eternity Studio for good reason. It's an eternity of frustration. The stupid cannons. I have a pretty bad history with cannons. No, I have not been hit by a cannon, don't worry. But when my sophomore year in high school, I had transferred from one school to another one, and I was in the choir, and we would always go sing at like the homecoming games and stuff. And one of the things that they had at their football games, they have a cannon that they'd set off at the start of the game. Well, nobody told me. So my first ever choir performance, here we are heading back to our bus, and all of a sudden, boom! And I just about jumped up in the air. And somebody's like, it's okay, it's just a cannon. I'm like, what cannon? And they're like, oops. The next year I was nice and warned all the newbies about it. But my senior year, since it was a bunch of seniors that forgot to warn me, I took my revenge. I neglected to warn a whole bunch of people. That, something loud was gonna happen. Now this, of course, was before my entire life went boing and went insane. Senior year is insane, let me tell you that. Hey, would you guys like to hear the story of how it ends with a tree? Since we're getting into all these personal stories and all that kind of stuff, but I figured I'd give you guys a reason to laugh at me and think I'm an idiot even more. Oh yeah, mine's done that a few times. I think you just have to wait it out. Mine at some points would go, this is not a valid Windows application, and I'd be like, bullcrap, of course it's a valid Windows application. But those of you who are into creepypastas, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's get us a list together, shall we? That way I know what to memorize, if I haven't already. I'm going to trust you guys not to try to kill me. Maybe I'm putting too much faith in humanity, but I am going to trust you guys not to try to get me killed. Hey, I don't expect everybody to be able to make it every single time I'm on the air. That's what archives are for. Don't worry about it. I understand. My copy's not even a year old yet. I didn't expect to get it when I did. I'm telling you, when I found out that I had gotten that thing, I screamed out loud. It's a good thing I got the notification by email instead of by phone call. I mean, I never win anything and then all of a sudden, ping! I love that stream that Liam did when he was waiting for the game to be released and all that kind of stuff. That was funny. Some of you who have been, you know, members who have subscribed to his channel a little bit longer than I have will have to explain to me some of the little running jokes and things that everybody else recognizes that I still don't get. Because like everybody that creates things, they have their own little quotes and their own little jokes and stuff like that. And I'm pretty new to quite a bit of this stuff, so I'm not going to understand them all. So show of hands for anybody who wants to hear how I got up close and personal with a tree. Since we're sharing, you know, things to laugh at and all that. Wait, why did I ask for a show of hands? It's not like you guys could just like wave your hands in the chat box. That doesn't work. Like there's stuff that will be like referenced in one that I had noticed that I still to this day haven't figured out was something or other that had to do with the music in that city in Manamon 2 where the first stadium is. There was some kind of hilarious thing that everybody else thought was funny and I did not understand. I do understand the thing with people asking him to read spam now. I actually outright asked about that when I'm like, why do people want you to read your spam? I hate spam. When I have to go clean my spam folder, I feel sad every time I look in it because it's full of crap. I'll take your word for it, okay? And I do wish that chat reader was actually working. Unfortunately, it's not.
12:47 p.m. Mail. Group 45 minutes ago. 100% charged. Dystopia. 53 minutes. Dice World. 1 hour ago. Dystopia. 53 minutes ago. Dark link. Reply to listen mail. Blocked.
Reddit. I'm hooked on Reddit now thanks to the Three Kings subreddit. Anybody that has Reddit, I recommend you go check that out. If you like getting the crap scared out of you, that place is excellent. No Sleep is pretty good too. I've never posted there because they have a 500 word limit on posts. I'm lucky to be able to write 5 words most of the time. Oh, okay. I see it. I see. Okay. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like I said, I'm pretty new to most of this, so I didn't even know Liam had a YouTube channel until that game came out. Okay. That's how totally not smart I am. I don't just like go searching for random people's names on YouTube in the hope of finding them. Because I didn't get it and I didn't know how to phrase it like in a way that would make sense for me to ask. I mean, to me, I didn't understand. I'm like, okay, what's the deal with this music track? It's cool and all, but what's so funny? Hello back, aka Weirdness Tech. I'm sorry, I had to. I don't even know. I forgot. Okay. I don't remember what I was reading. My brain's going. No, I don't know who John Edward is. Thank you, Nightbot. How many of you do I have right now? Okay. Somebody's liked the video, so that's always good. I don't even know how long we've been on air for, and I really don't care. Although I do have to admire those people that can go for like 6, 7, 8, 9 hours at a time. I mean, how do they do it? After a few hours, I just need something to drink because my voice hates me. Oh dear God, what the heck was that?
12:31 p.m. Mail, group 49 minutes. Mail, group 49 minutes. Test flight, now, Discord, talk, chat. 12:31 p.m.
Test flight. Oh, okay. Okay, I usually don't have any dealings with psychic mediums anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. I just read the creepy stuff on the internet. I don't think I'd actually try it. I'm not that crazy. Like, I'm not going to go play the midnight game. Just no. Because knowing my luck, I would fall down the stairs, and that game does not stop if you fall down the stairs. If you fall down the stairs, you're probably, in big trouble. More on that Saturday. I'm throwing some teasers in as to the kind of stuff you guys can expect, because I don't know how to make, like, trailers or anything like that for YouTube. Yeah, you're funny. You are funny. I keep forgetting that you guys can't hear my chat anymore because I've got my desktop audio muted.
p.m. Battery. 82% battery power.
I'll let that through. I don't know why YouTube holds everything it sees as a potential problem. I could tell somebody to shut up and YouTube would hold it for review. Maybe I should start sending shut up in foreign languages. Which I can do. Well, in a foreign language, anyway. I don't know what use I'd have for a psychic medium anyway. Unless I wanted to talk to random Bob that I'd never met or something. Who the heck is Bob? I've still not figured that out yet. It's just that's a placeholder name that I use, and I still don't know who Bob is. I know Bob Dylan and Bob the Builder, but I don't know any other Bob. Not right off the top of my head. Well, I mean, I know that's personal. Those are personal connections only. But I don't think Bob is any of those. So who the heck is Bob? Stop complaining, YouTube. Okay. I think I've seen something like that on TV. But it never made any sense to me. So, yeah. Yeah, I know about Bob the Builder. I used to love that show. Listen, I would still watch Blue's Clues if given the opportunity, okay? It's one of those times where I'm like, okay, people, don't judge me. Oh my god, I totally forgot about Bob Marley. Okay, are we playing the Bob game now to see how many Bobs we can come up with? I think Bob might just be... Hi, Bryant! And I'm not a human, I'm an evil chocolate cookie. But no, we don't want Pierre in disguise or out of it. I hate you, Pierre! Yeah! Don't ask. You're welcome. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego says leave her alone. Nobody needs to know where in the world she is. I have to be an idiot sometimes, people. You know, I saw this one thing online one time. It said, if you don't do stupid things when you're young, you'll have nothing to laugh about when you get old. Well, it appears that most of my stupid things will be forever chronicled on the internet. Can YouTube, like, strike you or anything for being an idiot? I desperately hope not. Although knowing YouTube, they would if they could find a loophole and a way to do it. Okay, how is calling someone an idiot lunatic a reason to hold a comment for review, YouTube? That makes no sense. It's being let through. Yeah, I think everybody hates Pierre, except for maybe Pierre. I don't give poor Pierre any credit, do I? Wait. But what if I want to sing it? Luckily, you guys are in luck. I don't know all the words. Although I can sing something for you. It goes a little something like this. You play the crazy audio game, you wanna be a cheater. All the controls are backwards now, so flip goes the keyboard. I didn't even think about SpongeBob. I never cared for SpongeBob. I like Bob the Builder, though. SpongeBob just kind of got on my nerves. Badly. Okay. Yeah, I know that bit, but that's pretty much all I know. I haven't actually taken the time to memorize all the words yet. Yeah. Kiev to Carolina, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not a SpongeBob person. I prefer Rugrats to SpongeBob any day. My interests are quite varied. Like you could find me one day reading Magic Treehouse books, and the next day I'd be reading Stephen King. I do like Stephen King. And then the next day I'd be reading James Patterson and playing a game of Solve the Case before the detective. I hate SpongeBob. I'm going to introduce him to my new friend. His name is Shotgun. Yeah, Carmen's better than SpongeBob any day. Carmen actually has an attitude that I can get behind. I just love that. There's this one episode where she's talking to like one of her crooks, and the crook is like, "I'm out of ideas," and Carmen is like, "Have you ever had one?" She's brutal. She's also the reason behind... Wait a minute, you guys can't see these because I have no camera. This set of nesting dolls that I've got over here. Now these things I'm not going to take apart because there's 10 of them. I got these as a kind of a gift that I gave myself for my birthday last year. And you can actually feel some of like the painted designs on them, which I think is cool. Get over it, YouTube. No problem. I just never know if people want to rematch, so I usually just leave that up to them if they want to play again, because, I mean, I'm free anytime, and even if I can't take my turn right then, it stays there, but I don't like to spam people with rematch requests. I leave it up to them if they want to play again. Okay, no, we're not hurting Carmen Sandiego. She wouldn't like that. Well, they have no brains anyway. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Some people, it's just glaringly obvious when you have to deal with them, even for a brief window of time, whether or not they actually have a brain in their head or if it's just empty space. Thank you, Nightbot. Oh yeah, I would love to be able to play those games, but they're not accessible. The TV show's plastered all over the internet, though. Well, I don't see you disagreeing with me, so I guess I can forgive myself for saying that out loud. You meet, and it's just glaringly obvious when they don't have a brain. Like, whoever created SpongeBob, for example. No brain. That's one thing that you guys will learn about me. I don't care if somebody dislikes what I think about something. I'm very blunt. I will waste no words. If you are being an idiot, I will look you in the face and tell you that you're being an idiot. Oh my god, yeah, I agree, me too. You're right, I don't have a filter. I mean, I have a small filter if I get, like, really, really angry and want to say a lot of stuff. But, like, if somebody's being an idiot and I feel like they need to know that, then no, I don't have a filter. My, idiot filter was malfunctioning years ago. There are some people on this planet that I would love to walk up to them and tell them that they're an idiot right to their face and then just, like, run away. Tim Cook. Can I kill a tree with a knife? Yeah, that's me sometimes. I haven't in a while. Do sometimes, even though I don't quite understand what's going on. Sure, let me... Locating teleporter. Beep, 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 beep. Error. No teleporters were found on this system. Get over yourself, YouTube. Yeah, I'm weird. Get used to it. Then again, if you weren't used to it, you wouldn't be sticking around here. All 252 of you. I do want to apologize to those of you who were watching the other day for the pain I inflicted on your eardrums when I saw that we'd hit 250. Well, it's true. If people weren't used to me being weird, they would have run away a long time ago. But I've not had anybody run away, which makes me happy. Yeah, that's true. Everybody is weird in their own way. I agree. I think from now on, instead of just impromptu, if I know that I want to do something, I'll actually start scheduling the streams so that people get, a warning. I'm assuming those of you who were in the chat early got your notification. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, but hi, I see you. And welcome. New face. I like new faces. Welcome to the land of Lots of new faces today. I love it. Ugh. Stop it, YouTube. Stop moving me away from my chat window. You're moving me all the way up to the top of the stream page, and the chat window, in case you aren't aware of this, YouTube, is all the way down at the bottom. This chat box says say something, so I'll say something. Something! Don't ask. Oh, stop it, YouTube. Oh, good. The notifications did go out. I wasn't sure if they would. I never tried the schedule thingy before. I don't know of anybody that likes online schoolwork. I know I definitely hate it. All my classes ended up online, and Blackboard hated me. Hope I never have to look that thing in the face again. That service needed to be discontinued like 400 years ago, and it wasn't even around back then. That's how bad I think it is. Unfortunately, this is something I'd love to be able to do, but unfortunately I can't. I don't have any creepy music for Saturday that I could have playing in the background. And even if I did, it would probably be copyrighted and YouTube would throw a tantrum. And what does my phone want now?
12:54 p.m. Discord now. URH 2006. Hashtag general. We will talk with PKs. Guys, if anyone interested, right now the highly private, join the free TT server. Details. URH Productions. TK 14874. Flight out to CM here. Actually, I came up with this idea of making a server with Tuesday, October. Test flight 23 minutes ago. Discord.
Oh, sorry. Discord. I didn't mean for it to read that whole message. My bad. Sometimes, yeah, I listen to text-to-speech videos. I used to make a few of my own, but now I don't have the stuff to do it anymore. Bill Gates buys a Mac. Steve Jobs uses Windows Vista. Yeah, I don't know where I came up with 90% of that stuff. Well, something just face planted. Stop it, YouTube. YouTube is not receiving this. YouTube is not receiving that. YouTube can get over itself. Yeah, I know Chris. Unless you're talking about a completely different person that I've never heard of before in my life, but I don't think so. I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. YouTube needs to listen to that song about the 10 dual commandments, because that's what's going to happen to it if it doesn't start behaving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. YouTube can go jump in an oven with Pierre and Hatharillion. Now, why are we putting Hatharillion in there? I like Hatharillion. I never used Windows Vista, but everybody else says it sucks, so yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. So yeah, Hatharillion isn't altogether evil. The Hyper Hatharillion wasn't very nice, but the other ones were okay. Except when they were blowing up half your team because you hit the wrong box. Now that wasn't particularly nice of them, now was it? Oh yeah, I know Chris. Yeah, Chris and his game playthroughs rescued me a couple of times. I'd get stuck and then I'd go look for a video and I'd find it and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to do this. Okay. I've watched most of them, I think. I watch a lot of gameplay videos. I like to watch people's different strategies. No two people play anything the same way. I've noticed that. Yes, let's make Pierre use Windows Vista. Maybe Pierre is Windows Vista in disguise. Yeah, we don't like having half our team blown up. Although, would you like to know where Hatharillion is at right now? Just sitting there killing time in my transportal because I haven't, It's sad that by the time you can catch Hatharillion, you're done with the main game, and there's really no use in trying to train anything else. Unless you just need to fill up spots and try to... Oh, wow. Honestly, I wanted to build a game of my own once, but then some stuff happened, and it never happened. I hit a pretty rough patch, and my source code got deleted, and then things went downhill, and it never happened. I had a good idea, too. Oh, yeah, I know you. Thank you, Nightbot. You'll be back. Alright, be careful. Don't run into Pierre. But yeah, I've seen those. I have guests sometimes when the internet will let me. And if somebody, arranges it with me ahead of time, I don't want people texting me in the middle of the stream like, "Hey, can I be on your stream?" Because the answer, I probably won't have time to get you in if you text me like right in the middle of things. But if you arrange it with me ahead of time, then sure, I don't care. I can't remember the story that I'd had in mind, but it was pretty cool. Things would have gotten pretty crazy. I know at one point I'd wanted to make something similar to Flappy Bird because I couldn't play that. But that didn't happen either. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. Sorry, guys. Pierre is in your transportal? What? Oh, and the Hamilton reference, that gets me onto the topic of something else I love, and that's misheard lyrics. I love it when people just, like, misunderstand the words to a song in a completely hilarious way. Like, one of my favorite examples to cite of this is, actually, it's Hamilton related, that song, Satisfied, this little bit toward the end. But when I fantasize at night, it's Alexander's eyes, as I romanticize what might have been if I hadn't sized him up so quickly. Somebody thought it went something like this. But when I fantasize at night, Alexander dies. Oh, sure. I mean, just whenever you want to, just let me know and we will set that up. I hope you're prepared for maximum weirdness though, because I'm insane. Let's see, what other misheard Hamilton lyrics can I think of? Oh yeah, there's a lot in this one thing, but I'm just going to sing the dumbest one. Take a break, run away with us for the summer, let's go upstate. This is the original lyric first. It's supposed to go like this. We can all go stay with my father. There's a lake I know. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Somebody thought it went, we can all go stay with my father. He's a snake I know. And yes, I realize this is off key, but I'm making fun of someone's misheard lyrics. And when misheard lyrics are involved, there is no key. I'm not that good now, people. I'm not Patsy Cline or any of those people. Just no. What else? I love misheard lyrics. I tell you another favorite one of mine that's not even Hamilton related. That song that Elvis did, Suspicious Minds, it's supposed to say, we're caught in a trap. Someone thought it said, we're calling a trout. If a trout picks up the telephone, I'm hanging up. Well, don't do that because one, it's dangerous out there in the middle of the night, and two, if I'm out after midnight, I'm probably sleepwalking and I need help. And then I like all kinds of Mr. lyrics. They're funny. Like, there's this song from Patsy Cline, I Fall to Pieces. It's supposed to go like this. You walk by and I fall to pieces. This is actually two different ones. Somebody and I call you Jesus. And then there's another one. It's the same section of the song that goes, somebody thought it went, you got pie and I want two pieces. Hey, if you got pie, you better share. Well, don't get lost out there. That's dangerous. I would not recommend going anywhere after midnight. That's insane. I mean, unless you have to, but whatever. I made my own brain hurt, okay? Okay, now I've got every song in the book stuck in my head. Don't worry, I'm not gonna start singing. I don't want you guys to run away screaming. If I start singing too much, I'll lose, like, everybody. Everybody will just get up and leave like, nope, my eardrums are more important than I ever realized. Well, I mean, that's always a possibility. I think everybody's insane in some way. Some of them are just more insane than others. Yeah. Yeah, Super Egg Hunt is the whole reason behind the Flip Goes the Keyboard song. Because people are always talking about, well, on like reverse mode, well, you can always flip your keyboard around. And it just kind of popped into my head. Oh, I know what you meant. Don't worry, my double E key is, like, really testing the patience of anybody. I tried a text, probably. But no, I got a message on the Playroom the other day. Somebody's like, well, what would make a chocolate cookie evil? And I came up with, if it's been poisoned. I think a poisoned chocolate cookie would definitely be evil. Oh.
1:11 p.m.
Well, I think. Give it a couple more minutes. Does anybody else have any more questions or anything else they want to discuss? Hey, there's nothing in the world wrong with being a little crazy. I read something one time that said there are 4 levels of crazy. 1, talking to yourself. 2, answering yourself. 3, having an argument with yourself. And 4, giving yourself the silent treatment. Now we're talking about people being crazy, and it brings to mind that song at the end of Coco. Say that I'm crazy, or call me a fool. But last night it seemed that I dreamed about you. When I opened my mouth, what came out was a song, and you knew every word, and we all sang along. You know, blah 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 blah. Oh no, oops. That song is probably copyrighted, and I'm singing lyrics to copyrighted music. I'm in trouble. Oh no, 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 no. What am I gonna do? Don't worry, I don't have any poison. Well, you know, it's actually been proven that talking to yourself can help you focus. You should hear me insulting myself on a daily basis if I forget something. I'm like, hey, stupid! You forgot such and such. Yeah, well, if I get a copyright strike for singing, I'm going to find the rules on YouTube and dump them in a bucket of molten peanut butter. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. It was far from, on key, but I wasn't actually trying to be on key. I was just trying to make a point. I'm one of those that thinks it's hard to stay on the exact key without a backing track. I mean, I can make the pattern sound right, but I never know if I'm actually in the right key. And most of the time, unless I'm auditioning for something, which I haven't done since high school, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not, record contract material. I just like to sing. Oh, you should hear me on a daily basis, Bryant, as far as talking to technology if my keyboard acts up. Stupid E key! Stupid computer! Yeah, if they strike me for singing, then YouTube and I are gonna have words. Unpleasant ones. Thank you, Nightbot. Well, you all have all the links you could possibly ever need. Nightbot keeps tossing them in the chat. I dread checking my email after this because I've heard it go off several times. Yeah, that's been me on the phone in the past. I'm like, okay, I have got to go. I've got to go. I'm leaving. Some people just... I know a few people that don't understand the meaning of I've got to go. And they just won't shut up. They're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I need to go. Now. Yeah, if my computer ever started talking back to me, then we'd have problems. Sometimes I even insult my virtual assistants if they don't do what I need them to do. I'm like, insert name of assistant here. You're an idiot. I love that thing that Cortana used to say to you if you called her an idiot. One of us needs to stop and take a breath. And one of us has no lungs. I can actually say the name of that one because it's not activated. I can't name any of the other three because they would start going off and yapping. One of them pinged me a while ago and I don't even know what it's about. Yeah. Like that, people just say, they don't seem to understand the meaning of those four little words. I've got to go. Like, I tried to tell somebody one day that I had to go. This has been a few years. I'm like, I've got to go get food. Well, can't you just mute your mic? I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. I'll wait. I've got to go. Click. Finally, I realized they weren't going to get the point, and I just mashed the magic button. Yeah, I've been known to hang up on people if they weren't getting the point or if they made me angry. I would hang up on them. Yeah, Big Mouth over here, which is the nickname I've given it so I don't trigger it by accident. Big Mouth over here would ping me if it thought I needed to go to sleep. Stop it, YouTube. I'll give it a couple more minutes, and if nobody else has any questions, I think I am actually going to go find food. This has been bucket loads of fun. And once again, I'd like to thank every one of you. Because, well, I mean, you made this possible. You guys are the ones who got me here. I didn't snap my fingers and all this just happened overnight. So I think we're gonna wind this down. You know the drill by now. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell so you get notifications. I'll try to use the scheduler from now on so everybody has a little bit of a warning and can come in. The Patreon link is in the description, or not in the description, but in the chat. Thanks to Nightbot. It's in the chat about 400,000 times, so there's no missing it. The Streamlabs link is there too if you want to send like a one-time donation for whatever reason. I don't know, if you just feel like it or whatever. The merch link is there too if you want to get yourself a new coffee cup or a new t-shirt or something like that with an evil chocolate cookie on it for what I personally believe to be really good prices, but that's just me. Evil chocolate cookies, of course. What else? Haha. I don't know. But everything is in the description that you might possibly need. Suggestions for Saturday, send them my way. Discord, Skype, whatever. You can email them to me. As far as like ritual creepypastas and stuff like that go, lid's off. As long as it's not inappropriate, I'll read it. Lid is off. I want to see who gets scared first. Probably me. But I appreciate all of this, everything you guys have done, sticking with me through the rough patches, through the patches of no content. I really do appreciate it. And here's to another year. Oh, and before I forget, Sunday, November the 8th is our 1 year.